My friend Frankie really makes me feel safe. He's like tank.
All right. Boom.
Okay.
And I'm gonna make it.
It
I don't know who Frankie is, but I imagine I touch her head for
sure.
a moment and like
Sure.
kind of blam it on the.
Yep. Whichever version of Frankie you're picturing, that's what the doll looks like. And so effectively, what this means, Tori, is that if you keep it in your possession, if at any point your hit points are taken down to 0 or beyond, the popsicle stick will intervene and prevent the
Oh,
damage from happening. One
very
time.
cool.
It's a one-time use item, saves you from death the first time that happens, and then at which point it'll get destroyed. This is not this. However, I will give a caveat that this does not prevent death by natural causes. If you're
Sure.
like sick of a terminal illness, this isn't going to protect you from a terminal illness. But if you are attacked, for example, and wounded, this will prevent it.
Here you go.
Oh, wow. This looks just like him. Thanks.
No problem. I just had to take what you were thinking of and put it in there.
That is really cool. Do you do this kind of stuff with your kids?
Oh, I used to do a lot of stuff. I mean, we used to go LARPing all the time. I used to make all the stuff. There was one time we went to Nerf Wars, so I would modify the Nerf guns to they go really strong. I think Raph took it too far, so we're not allowed to go back. But we won the trophy.
That's cool. You said used to, though? Like, you don't do this anymore?
Well, divorce, ex-wife moved out of the city. She has, you know, custody of them. So, and
Oh,
I mean, I work a lot too. I mean, you don't get a billionaire not working.
right. That must be hard, though, not being able to see them.
Yeah, I mean, things are a little better now. I mean, they're hanging out at my house to keep them safe, but
Oh, they are?
oh yeah,
And, well, that's good. I'm glad to hear it.
yeah.
Um,
I mean, they have a different issues now. I mean, like something's happened to my daughter, but that's something that's involving with the game. And there's what happening with my son, which is another big thing.
you have a way of telling me something without telling me anything at all.
Okay, like you know how I told you how we have this realistic VR game?
Yes.
Well,
Vita.
before we got here, I found out from my father's head that it turns out like that was a dead universe, and we're somehow through programming making real life there, and that's our characters.
Oh, so like what happens in the game is happening to you in real life?
It's more like we were when we're writing Hark out of
So
character.
I can
It's
explain it.
yeah.
Yeah.
So essentially, they found a parallel universe, like an alternate universe, that for
Okay.
whatever reason is devoid of life, but it looks like life used to be there. Because they zeroed in on a specific planet that had traces of buildings that are now ruined and piles of like there are definitely things that suggest there used to be a civilization on this planet and it's dead now. And so what Gabe is trying to say is that the programmers at Vita sort of cheated a little bit,
Hmm.
and they found a way to essentially, instead of creating their own video virtual world, they are just injecting characters into this universe. And
Okay.
essentially, when you create a character, you are, through magic and technology, it's a very complicated mix of magic technology, they are birthing real life in this universe. So when people die in the game, actual people are dying in this
Oh,
game. Yeah.
Yeah.
And so
And
there's a lot
now
of like morality issues with that right now.
we just found that out, you know. And well, things are getting connected. People are getting possessed by their Vita well, not by their own Vita characters. We're getting possessed by other people's Vita's characters. But another thing that's happening is, well, in the game, a lot of the characters got weaknesses, and some of that is now connected to us. And I'm pretty sure my daughter's character does drugs, so now she's having withdrawals in the real life, despite the fact never doing it.
Oh.
Yeah, and then there's my son, which has a maybe not as big, but also kind of as big. Because in the game, his character is flirting with another person, which would be fine. I mean, like, he's about to be 18. But she's about her. But the real life person of that character is about the age of his mother, and she's married to the police commissioner.
A young teenager like falling in love with the person that's as old as their parent. I don't think Tori knows anything about that.
Married and to the police commissioner, and also
she's
the leader
married.
of the Swords. Yes,
she's married and
yes.
has 2 kids, and his son is falling in love with her in the game.
Yes, so
their characters are age appropriate. His character and her character are age appropriate, but in real life they're not age appropriate, and they're apparently like sucked into this romance between the two of them, even though in real life she is a grown woman with 2 kids and married to the chief of the law enforcement.
Oh my gosh. Also, like, the whole like Swords faction, which is all the like law stuff. Yeah, I mean,
wow.
I mean, I'm helping out, trying to, and he said that he's tried to get romance in his regular life and it doesn't work, so I'm helping him out. I mean, I gave him something to help him. Actually, I think I got a bottle right here. Right.
And I'll take the bottle. What is in the bottle?
So it's a special type of cologne, and it is magically enhanced so that whoever sniffs the cologne, it smells like the most attractive scent that the person can think of. So for you, what's the most attractive scent?
Oh my gosh. Oh, it's a good question.
For Tori, I'm not sure. It could be like, I don't know, bonfire smoke. I don't know, like bonfire smoke.
Yeah, something smoky.
The smell of wood, popsicle sticks, and maybe like glue, super glue for the popsicle sticks. I don't know. I'm just guessing.
Yeah, no, I think something like a mix of glue and like a smokiness from what you would smell at a campfire makes a lot of sense for her. So I'll go with that.
So you'll smell it and be like, yeah, if somebody wore this, I would probably be drawn to them, legitimately drawn.
Yeah, this smells amazing. Have you guys had any luck?
I mean, I just gave it to him the other day, so I don't know. I mean, there was one person I think might have been flirting with him. I'm bad at signs. It took me a while to realize this other chick was flirting with me. It took till the second time we talked to realize it.
Oh, well, I mean, when you're working as much as you are, I'm sure you just don't get to really socialize with a lot of people. That's probably hard.
Yeah, I mean, I'm at the point in my career where now I can take a lot of breaks.
Well, that's good. More time with your kids to work out these issues, which sound very complex.
Yeah, don't worry about it. Like, one day when you have kids, you might hopefully don't have to deal with the exact same thing. Actually, I was like just only a little bit older than you when I actually had them.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh. It's gonna be at this point that the phone booths, there's phone booths in here as well, starts ringing, and it sounds like the phone from Tori's house. The phone from Tori's house.
Oh, hold on, that might be Carmen, and she'll rush over and pick up the cell phone because I think it's a cell phone for that.
Yeah. Hey, sis.
Hey, Carmen.
Hey, so I was wondering, I don't know if you're busy right now, but I kind of am in the middle of a phantom smashing call right now, and I'm kind of stumped, and I kind of need some backup. Greg and we're trying to handle it, but I feel like we need at least a third person with some fresh eyes to take a look at this situation, because I'm kind of stumped.
Oh, and she'll look over at Gabe. I kind of have a situation myself right now, but
Do you need help?
yeah. My friend Gabe here seems willing to help. So, yeah, I'll meet you at your place, or where do you want me to meet you?
So that's the thing. You're not gonna like this, but his parents are paying us good money, and it's kind of Pio's family that's having the problem, that's having an issue. I know, but I'm actually more worried about the rest of his family and not him, because I think this could be kind of dangerous to the rest of his family if we're not careful.
Okay, yeah, I don't want anything to happen to anyone, even him. um, so yeah, okay. I'll meet you there.
Okay. We'll see you soon. And she'll hang up.
What's the situation?
Yeah, my sister and I and my friends kind of last time we were all together in my world, we started a business called the Phantom Smashers. Um, and we capture, demons, ghosts, supernatural creatures, what have you. Um,
Re-
and
Regardless of what, I'm gonna say that while you're here, Gabe is probably like, "Oh yeah, ghosts. That's right." As soon as
Yeah.
you go back to, as soon as you go back to Tori's world, you're gonna be like, "Ghosts don't exist. Well, what was I talking about? There's no such things as ghosts. I can't imagine them having this type of." But for right now, you can act however you want.
Yeah. Okay. Well, what's the situation? Did he tell you what the situation was, rather than just ghosts?
uh, not exactly. Just it involves someone I used to be romantically involved with and his family. I don't want to get into it.
I get it.
But they could be in trouble. And so I just, I'm not that evil of a person. I don't want anything to happen to them. Uh, uh you mind helping me out? We'll get back here as soon as it's done.
Yeah.
And I can help you find your book.
Yeah, sounds good. Although it felt weird being in your world. Like it felt like a lot of my knowledge on things were like I didn't believe in a lot of things. It's weird.
When my friends were in that world too, they weren't acting like themselves either. They were really strange. Like Frankie, for example, was really more in touch with his body.
I don't want to know. Let's go.
And on that note, she'll use the bookmark to take him back.
Yeah, you can totally do that. And you can hop into your car as normal. By now, the sun is setting, and so it's about to be nighttime. And you will drive up to Pio's house, and you can see right outside of Pio's house is the Phantom Smashers vehicle. And I think that Greg is how Gregor goes by right now. will be there. So one thing that I need to take note of is that when Greg crossed over to your world, Tori, he actually de-aged a bit to be more
Okay.
age appropriate for Carmen.
Makes sense.
So he's still like older, I would say like college age, but I would say certainly a lot more age appropriate for Carmen than he was in the other world. And he actually is still kind of scruffy, like he doesn't really shave very well. He's kind of scraggly, but it works for him. At least it works for Carmen. She actually kind of likes the scruff.
Mhm.
And he's waiting outside. Um, he's got his Phantom Smashers uniform. What kind of relationship do you and Greg have right now? Is it a friendly relationship? Are you more acquaintances? Are you more rivals? Like, what's the
Um,
deal?
because I mean, because Black Powder kind of wanted me to keep an eye on Greydor, I think I've always been just a little suspicious of him,
Sure.
especially since
Yeah.
he's dating my sister and I'm very protective of her.
Sure.
So I'm kind of like, it's not like I dislike him, but it's kind of like that protective, like if you do anything to hurt my sister, I'll kill you kind of thing.
Nice. Okay. Yeah. He will nod his head towards you and he'll say, Tori, thanks for coming.
Anytime, Greg.
Who's your friend?
This is Gabe.
Hello.
Friend of the family's?
No, he just kind of appeared here, right? Like he's from probably from one of the storybooks, one of our storybooks.
That hasn't happened in a while.
Yeah, it's been a while, at least a year.
Well, welcome to hell, he says, looking towards Gabriel.
I don't know what you talk about. I guarantee there's no ghosts in there.
I don't know. We're trying to find that out as we speak. So he's going to lead you inside the house. And right now, you're going to see Pio. He's in the living room. And Carmen is like looking at something on his throat. It looks like he has markings on it, as if somebody was trying to strangle him and like choke him to death. And Tor Pia will say, "Ah, Tori's here. I told you I don't think we need her for this. Can't you figure this out on your own?" Pio says. Well, I think for something like this, we need the big guns, and Tori is our biggest gun. So deal with it, Carmen says. Oh, Tori, who is your handsome friend? She says.
This is Gabe. I think he's from another storybook.
Oh, he's quite a daddy, isn't he?
Yes, I'm a father.
Carmen.
What? She says.
Nothing.
Greg doesn't seem phased. He's like used to this. He doesn't seem phased at all. He's like, I know where she comes home, who she comes home to. So he's not phased.
She has a type.
So according to Pio, well, Pio, why don't you explain to Tori what's happening? I think my little sister is possessed by a demon. She tried to kill me.
There's no siblings, though.
Not like this, he says, pointing at his throat. And the way that there's markings, like small hand markings on his throat, make it seem like this would not have, whoever did it would not have the strength of a typical girl. You know that Pio has a younger sister who is, I'm gonna say, 6 years old. A 6-year-old
Okay.
probably would not have made marks like that on her own, at least.
You must have pissed something off.
Since when do I piss people off? Okay, fine. Bad question, Pio says. We tried.
Yeah, what else can you tell me?
We were trying to check for supernatural activity around here, and I tried to look for supernatural activity on his sister, and I just couldn't pick up anything with our equipment. I was wondering, since demonic magic is sort of your forte, Tori, like maybe you can sense something?
Yes, and actually, my friend here has an ability to do that as well, right, Gabe?
I mean, I know a little bit of magic, but I hardly doubt this is actually possession. Demons and stuff, they get bad reps. I mean...
Well, tell that to our customer over there, she says, pointing to Pio. And she's showing you the equipment that they have. It looks pretty state of the art. It looks pretty legit, scientifically.
Cool. Can I do a magic check on him?
Yeah.
Or at least,
It's more science than magic. These are not magic-based tools; they're tech-based tools.
could I enhance him with magic?
If you
Or
want
like use
to.
my artificer? Yeah.
If you want to. So
16.
yeah, is that your magic roll or your tech roll?
That's my magic roll. It's a nat 1.
Okay. Oh, it's a natural 1.
Yeah, which
Okay.
means it's lower. So I mean, but
So
he
does
has an
that mean?
attack roll.
Oh, it's not an attack roll. Okay.
Yeah.
So you're gonna try to modify it a little bit with magic. I'll say that you can imbue it with a tiny bit of magic, but not necessarily enough to improve its abilities in a significant way. But at least you're able to appraise that the equipment in question is accurate enough such that you would be surprised if hypothetically there was, supernatural activity around here. It should pick it up.
It should be able to pick some if something was happening here. Although I would need time. I would need a lot more time in my own lab to actually enhance this. It's a little bit more complicated.
Yeah, we don't have any sort of laboratory for you to work with, but I guess Tori will try to see if she can suss something out with magic.
Sure.
Yeah.
You will hear down the hallway the sound of little footsteps scampering, and you'll see Pio's sister, and she's a very typical, cheerful, innocent-looking 6-year-old girl, and she goes, Pio, do you want to play? And Pio goes, keep her away, you possessed demon, he says. And the 6-year-old starts to laugh and says, hee, Pio, you're so funny. Are we going to play demons again? No, we're not playing demons. The last time we played demons, it was deadly, he says. But I want to play hide and seek, she says. No, we're not playing hide and seek.
Well, hello there, and Gabe kind of like kneels down. What's your name?
She says, my name is Martha.
Oh, and how old are you, Martha?
6. She holds up 5, but she says 6.
And Gabe like laughs and pulls out a thumb and goes, "This is 6."
If
That's
you
fine.
say so, she says. Do you want to play hide and seek?
I will play hide and seek. Maybe, Pio, you just need to play with her more.
You want to play hide and seek with her? Go right ahead.
Well, what were you doing when she supposedly started choking you?
I was hiding inside of one of her toy boxes, and then suddenly she opened the toy box and just started strangling me out of nowhere.
Yeah, let's play a game and find out.
Okay, I'll count first. 1, 2, and she's gonna count to 20, and you all can find a place to hide.
Find a good hiding spot, yeah.
In the interest of time, you'll play a couple of rounds of hide and seek with her. You'll hide first, and she'll hide, and then nothing out of the ordinary seemed to happen, which probably solidifies. Go ahead.
I'll just say, just know that every hiding space Gabe goes, he specifically finds a really bad hiding spot, but a good enough that a kid would think it would be a good one.
Right.
Sure.
So,
yeah, you can totally do that, and she'll find you relatively easily. And yeah, nothing unusual happens when you're playing hide and seek with her.
I don't know, Pio.
Then how do you explain this? He says, you think I did this by myself? Look, he puts his hands up against his... These don't match. These little hands don't match my hands. How do you explain that?
I mean, maybe it has something to do with the hiding space you checked. If something was to happen, which I hardly doubt.
Ellen says you're being bad, Martha goes.
Ellen?
Uh-huh.
Who's Ellen?
Says, my best friend.
Oh, can you introduce us to her?
Sure, she says. And she'll reach out to take your hand, and she'll take you over to her nursery. And I presume for Tori, this probably doesn't seem abnormal to her whatsoever, but you will see a doll there. The cool thing about it, that you might actually find this really cool, Tori, is that Ellen is life-size, so she looks to be pretty much the exact same height uh, and the exact same size as Martha.
That is a really cool doll you have there. This is Ellen,
Thanks.
I assume?
Yeah. I met Ellen a week ago.
Where did you guys meet?
We went to a carnival, and Mommy and Daddy saw her in one of the tents there, and they bought her for me.
Well, that was very nice of them. Do you mind if I take a closer look at Ellen?
Okay, but I wouldn't make her mad if I were you.
I'm just gonna cast my spell. To be like, hello there, Helen. Wait, Helen?
Yeah,
Oh,
Ellen.
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 Well, I have to. I 31. Yeah, no, I do it.
There
I have
we
to be a
go.
14. So I go. Well, hello there, Ellen. How are you doing?
Ellen will say, "Hello there. What is your name? My name is Ellen. I am Martha's best friend." It's very lifelike.
Wow. Someone must have put a lot of love in making you. My name's Gabriel.
Hello, Gabriel. Are you a good guy or a bad guy?
Well, I like to think of myself as a good person, but you know, I'm not the one that decides that.
I hope you're not lying to me. I don't like it when people lie to me.
Well, no one likes being lied to. Trust me, I've been lied to before.
She doesn't respond.
I'm just asking, Ellen. Do you know what happened to to our brother?
You mean the bad brother?
He's a bad brother. What makes him a bad brother?
Pio makes Martha cry. That makes him a bad brother. And Pio needs to be punished when he's being bad.
Well, what did he do to make her cry?
Pio took toys away from Martha. Martha was just trying to play, and Pio took them from her.
Am I the only one hearing it, or I'm assuming I'm the only one hearing it, or is also Tori hearing it?
No,
as well?
it's the doll is speaking. It seems to be like some sort of voice box that's actually like
Gotcha.
And
And
then
Tori
Gabriel
kind of
thinks-
mutters like, Ellen kind of has a point.
Wait,
She like
you
blinks a
can
little
hear
bit. You can hear gears turning. This clearly is like a very like state of the art android like robot like doll.
it? Wait, you can actually hear her?
Oh yeah.
Oh, so it's not my spell.
Yeah. She I don't know what's it's a very intelligent little doll.
My
Not
job
something. Oh yeah, go ahead.
My job is to protect Martha. I don't want Martha to cry or be sad. I'm Martha's best friend.
Well, that's very understandable. But were you the one that injured Theo?
If Theo got injured, he probably deserved it.
I mean, but it's very wrong to injure people.
It's wrong to punish people who make Martha cry. I think you're lying. I don't like liars. And her eyes start to flash red a little bit.
Well, that's more of an opinion. That's more opinion than anything. So I don't think. You can't really lie when it's your opinion, though.
She says, there are only good people and bad people. I think you're lying. I think you're one of the bad people. She says, she turns her head towards you, Gabriel.
That's a very gray understanding of the world.
I don't know why you're trying to argue with the doll right now.
I mean, it's probably some sort of golem.
She lifts up her hand and Terminator 2 T-1000 style, her arm quickly transforms into a big blade, and she tries to pierce right for Gabriel's chest. Gabriel, roll me an acrobatics.
Oh no. My parry's also really low too, so you.
Oh no.
Oh no, my acrobatics is 1. I'm gonna fail this. Oh, natural 20.
Oh, nice.
My God.
You manage to dodge right out of the way as this doll attacks you. She does a backflip like Black Widow style. She's very agile. And then she starts to proceed to do the Megan dance. For those of you who've seen Megan, she does the Megan dance really quickly. And then she will start to, like, again, T1000 style. Her other arm turns into a blade, and she's just going to try to lunge at you to, like, slash you again. Tori and Gabe can, of course, do something in reaction to this.
Yeah. So the Phantom Smasher equipment, is it with us?
It is with you.
Okay. I think I'll try to use it when she's like attacking us.
Yeah. So you grab the Phantom Smasher equipment, like the gun, I'm assuming, the plasma gun, and you'll activate it. Just roll a use magic item +2. I just want to make sure you didn't fail. I would say it's like a +4 at this point for you.
Okay.
Like use, not magic item, use science item. You would be like...
That'd be like an IQ roll for me.
Yeah.
Okay.
I don't know what you get. I feel like what you end up getting for being, what do you call it? If there's a skill that is practiced, like it's a skill that you innately have expertise in, I think that gives you at least a +4.
Yeah, and I think with GURPS it would be a -4, right? Because you want it to be.
So this is a
then that
+4.
would be a 5 versus 12.
Yeah. So go ahead and roll.
Yeah, I got a 5.
Okay. So you succeed, and you will blast her. You will hit her. The impact pushes her back, but there doesn't seem to be anything connecting supernaturally with this creature, which makes you wonder if any of this is supernatural. Maybe it's purely tech. Maybe.
Oh boy, can I make a tech roll? Which is 26.
Nice. Okay, so Gabe, I'm going to assume that you'll be able to... Maybe you have like some sort of device, like tech device, as your character would have in this world, that sort of scans the creature. And so basically what you see underneath this doll is the exoskeleton, the endoskeleton, I guess, of a souped-up version of the T-800, like Arnold Schwarzenegger T-800, and the technology of this robot is way more advanced than you would assume from Tori's world. So you presume it either A, came from a different storybook entirely, or B, it, a la Terminator, it came back in time from the future to kill Sarah Connor, or whatever its mission is.
This is more like a very advanced, like, for my world, would it be advanced for my world, or more like middle of the ground?
I'd say middle of the ground for your world. They probably have assassin bots in your world. So you kind of recognize this as possibly like tech equivalent to your world.
How do you guys have an assassin bot here?
An assassin bot? That's
pretty
news
high
to
quality.
me.
That's pretty high quality stuff too.
So it's not. I mean, this doesn't seem to be supernatural at all. You're saying it's a robot.
Yes, but luckily for you, I deal with stuff like this all the time.
The robot yells out, no longer in a girl's voice, but in a an accent of some sort, a low voice accent. Says, "For Flynet," and she ends up retracting one of her arms, and it turns into a chain gun, and the chain gun is going to start spinning around to fire at you, but you can do something to stop it if you think you can stop it, Gabe. For Flynet.
Hold on, I'm looking at my tarots for a moment to see if I can pull something out.
Sure.
Okay, the lovers ain't gonna help me out.
Probably not.
That one's about flirting. No.
You can flirt with the doll. I don't know.
Hey. Let's see. What does justice do? Justice. No, that's
Justice sounds good.
Justice. Oh, that's instant counter. That allows me to counter something.
Okay.
But I'm not sure what I would counter. I mean, unless it's like a counter, you know. Unless, hold on.
If you want to look it up, what counter means, that's fine. I would also hand wave it if you want to hand wave it. to just you can act now, and if you don't stop him with your current action, you can act again to counter his action a second time. So you have 2 chances to counter him, basically.
I'm gonna use the justice arcana to counter how on flavor is counter assistant. So remember when Gabe was making the golem for Cade, and he like touched the core or he did something to make a panel. Basically, he's gonna use the instant counter to make a panel to quickly try to
make it non-lethal.
Yeah,
or make it non-lethal. So Cade.
It.
So for Emily's sake, Cade, who is the serial killer character, he asked Gabriel to make him, or to help teach him how to make a Minotaur golem, and he wanted to put a chainsaw axe?
A chainsaw axe, yeah.
He wanted it to have a chainsaw axe, and Gabe said, okay, I'll give you a chainsaw axe, but I am going to enchant it to be non-lethal. And Cade is like, what? Non-lethal? Oh, so that's what you're going to do. You're going to
make a magic or
quickly
attack check.
Yeah, and I'll say since you use the card, you'll automatically succeed.
Okay.
You'll automatically succeed, and the bullets that come from the gun turn into Nerf darts, basically.
Oh, thank God.
Ellen looks very puzzled, and she's going to again try to continue attacking you. I don't know if Tori tries to do anything.
Yeah, if I could cast one of my like fireballs.
Yeah, totally. Go ahead.
Alrighty, one moment.
So, Tori casts a fireball, which is focused around Ellen, and she erupts in flames. It actually knocks her off her feet, and the blast of the fire is so strong that her synthetic skin peels away, and you're going to see that like Terminator endoskeleton with the red eyes coming from her face as the music starts to become more and more dramatic and more like horror driven. You're able to blast both of her legs, so she's lost use of both of her legs. So here she is, like, she's still determined to attack you, but she's like crawling towards you now and trying to swing with her T-1000 arm blades, but she is severely impaired at the moment.
Gabe is basically gonna go run up, and now that he knows it can't actually hurt them, he's gonna try to like tech-wise just reprogram it.
Yeah, you will reprogram it to basically subdue its violent nature.
Yeah, I'm actually gonna turn it into an actual.
So you will, John Connor style, reprogram Ellen. You'll hear the as you do that, she swings one more time with her like liquid mercury or whatever you want to call it blade, and for flavor, Gabe, her arm transforms into a very intricate looking version of a spear that looks very similar to gun gear in many cases, but a more upgraded version of gun gear. And so he swings it at you, but as you program him, he will fall down to the ground, and his arm will land on the ground, and it'll shatter and break, not shatter, but like break off. And the gun gear end of her arm rolls towards your feet. And you can see that it is solid in nature, but it is amorphous. So you could possibly program it to transform into any weapon you want at will.
Oh, gun gear! Hey, buddy, what are you doing in here?
You pick it up, and it feels a little warm to the touch, but this feels like a very good replacement for your old gun gear.
How am I gonna give this to Odin, though? That's what he's thinking. He's like, how am I gonna give this to Odin? Time for another day. I imagine I have to imbue it with like the magic with Odin and stuff when I get. He goes, okay, I reprogrammed it to actually be a children's doll or children's play. So, Hark, is there a way for me to like use magic to actually repair this, to actually make it into a real doll again?
Yeah, you can.
Roll, or
yeah, you can. I'm presuming you're gonna restore her back to the way she was with the stipulation that she's not allowed to purposely harm another
Yeah,
person.
yeah.
Do you
Based
want to
on
say
game,
except for self-defense?
except for actual self-defense. Basically,
Actual self-defense.
I'm programming it to actually be like a actual like
Right.
we're friends and stuff. There's no evilness.
Yes. Okay. Yeah, you will reprogram her, restore her back to the way she was. Pio and Martha weren't in the room when this happened, so they didn't witness any of this. They might have heard a lot of what's going on over there. Is that a explosion? What's going on? And Carmen's probably like keeping their back, like shh, shh, just let Tori do her work. Just let her do her work. Just stay here where it's safe. Yeah. And Ellen will say, "Hello, I am Ellen. I am Martha's best friend."
Ah,
Think it's fixed.
yep,
Wow. Nice job, Gabe.
no problem. I made golems for my kids, so
Uh, you know your stuff. If you wanted a job as a Phantom Smasher, you would sure have it.
I
If
told
we
you it
ever
wasn't a
come across
ghost.
robots again.
I mean, I told you it wasn't ghost, but hey, don't worry,
There's
I
no
got
such thing as
gun.
ghosts.
There's such thing
Yeah.
as ghosts. Says
Right.
this guy who's half dead. The half, and he looks. Plus, I got this. Oh my god, it looks exactly like gun gear.
What's a gun gear?
Oh, it's. Remember I told you about my VR character?
Yeah.
This is his weapon. It's based off a weapon I made when I used to go LARPing with my kids.
Oh,
But
that's
his
really that's cool.
but his is broken. His got broken by a pirate that can eat anything. It was weird. It was weird. But now I think I can find this as a great replacement because I assume Hark from just looking at it, it's really good conduit for magic and all
Yes.
the stuff.
Yes. Yep.
Ah,
It is
How
an
do you
upgraded version of Gun Gear. Yes.
how do you get it back to your virtual character?
I don't know. I mean, for us, literally shattered reality to get me to a whole different stuff here. So
Oh,
I'm not sure on that one, but
well, let's go tell Martha and Pio the good news.
hey, Ellen, you want to come? We're gonna go see Martha.
Oh boy. Let's play hide and seek. She will follow you.
Don't, Martha, don't worry. She was just feeling a bit under weather, but don't worry. I know how to take care of dolls.
What's going on? Pio asks.
What do you mean?
So did you I heard all these explosions and noises down the hall. What
That's
was going on?
that's just part of the job, Pio. Don't question how we work.
Well, it just
I don't
turned.
question you at your job.
Okay, but how about the possession?
Oh no, there was no demon. She was just a robot, just a advanced robotic companion that just so happened to be a little bit programmed for assassination. So I
What?
reprogrammed her to be a true companion for your sister.
Martha, I told you that doll was creepy. Pio says, which is essentially what Pio said to you, Tori, back in the day.
Yeah.
Carmen's like gives you a pat on the back. It's okay. You're with Helix now. It's okay.
Martha has really good taste in dolls, Pio. Really good taste.
Taste in assassin dolls from the future?
I mean, to be fair, that sounds pretty cool. Wouldn't you want an assassin doll from the future?
That sounds dangerous.
How'd you get so lame, Pio?
Well, it looks like our job here is done. She says, so here's our bill. She hands it over to Pio. And
And
Pio's
we're not
like,
responsible for any damages upstairs.
yeah, you signed that when you first initially came.
Right.
And he looks at it and is like, hey, this wasn't the original estimate. Because yeah, well, like I told you, we had to bring in the big guns. And not only Tori, but apparently her friend Gabe here. So
Yeah.
we have to charge for the extra labor. My mom and dad aren't gonna like this. Not our problem. thank you again. And the next time you're in need of our services, call on the Phantom Smashers. We'll be there for you.
Bye.
Bye,
I
Greg
assume we
says.
walked out. I assume Gabe turns. I assume your breakup wasn't a very nice one.
No. Let's just say that's not the first time he's insulted somebody's dolls.
I mean, like I said, you probably shouldn't insult things people make. When things people make, they find it very. People are very attached to things they make. I like to make things too.
Yes, you
Although
get it. You're a creator.
yes, although your dolls that come from the lower planes are demonic.
Right. So
Eh,
they're good to me.
You will burn in the fiery pits of hell.
I choose where people go, so no, I won't. But either way, so
I'm gonna make sure I lock up my dolls or something so they don't get nothing happens.
So, Tori,
Yes.
looks like we're done here. Thanks again for the help. I will
Yeah.
Venmo you your cut. So she Venmos you the cut for your services. Do you have
Thank you.
Venmo, Gabriel?
oh, don't worry, I'm a billionaire. I don't need money.
You're a billionaire?
Yes,
Tori, you didn't tell us that you had a new investor friend or possible investor friend for our business, our growing business.
Well, he hasn't chose to invest yet, but
Well,
maybe I
yet
can convince them.
yet is the right word. I'll let you work your magic, she says.
Thanks, sis. You and Grador got, or Greg, sorry, Greg, got a date planned.
Yeah, I think after all this excitement, we're just probably going to stay home and watch a movie or something. Maybe one of those mindless Marvel movies about. I've heard there's like something going on right now about the multiverse. That's really a hot topic right now.
Oh yeah, multiverse. Ah, I'm a little over the multiverse stuff myself, but
I get it. Well, I'll talk to you later. She'll give you a big hug and a kiss on the cheek. Greg will nod, and uh, Carmen and Greg will hop into the car, and Carmen will say to Gabe, "It was nice meeting you, Gabriel. Uh, I'm sure that Tori will be giving you her card before the end of the day. Bye."
see
She'll
ya.
drive off.
Oh yeah. Also, what does she mean by you have helix? Like you mean like the DNA helix?
oh no, that's just a fun little nickname for my boyfriends.
Boyfriends?
Yes, one is Henry and the other is Felix, but when you put their names together, it's Helix. It's a funny nickname I have for them.
Is it a thing where you're all are in this together, or is it like
Out of character, Emily, are Tori's parents aware that you're in a polyamorous relationship, or do you just not say anything to them about this?
I mean, probably her dad's aware because she lived with her dad.
Okay. How does your dad feel about it?
It's completely new territory for him, so he doesn't even know.
Okay. So he's
Yeah.
not like he's not preventing you from doing
No, he just doesn't know how to act
around
like
it.
around them. Yeah.
Yeah. He's probably asking questions like, so who is your main boyfriend? Who's your primary? Like stuff like that. Who's your primary boyfriend? And like, do you just do this thing where you schedule like Monday, Wednesday, Tuesday with one, and then Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday with the other? And how do you handle the extra day each week? Like he's probably asking you questions like that.
Yeah.
I feel like Gabe is having that similar kind of look.
Yeah, he has a look like, okay. Is it judgmental look or more like he also isn't really sure how to
I think it's a combination of both.
Right, okay.
Like a real dad.
Like if one of your kids was in a polyamorous relationship, you'd be like, Okay.
Yeah, so he's just asking questions. So is it like, are you guys all in this together? Is it just you and the two?
Uh, yeah, I mean, we're kind of in it together. I mean, Henry, Henry and Felix don't necessarily like out of character. I don't think they are really necessarily
No.
in. Yeah.
No.
But I love Henry and I love Felix and they love me and we've talked about this and they're totally cool with this relationship.
Just be careful, all right?
You know, the last time somebody told me that, I told them I actually broke out into song and told them to F off essentially. So I can handle myself, I assure you.
Like I said, I'm just only letting you know that because as someone who had a failed relationship with someone I knew my ex-wife since we were like 11, and we broke up when I was like 28. So like, as someone who had a deep connection with someone and that still failed because like I couldn't find time for spending time with them, I spent too much with my work and my kids. I'm just letting you know, just to be careful, especially if kids ever get involved. I'm not saying it's ever gonna happen. I don't know how you guys feel about that, but
I am 18, but you did say that you had kids at a young age and anything's a possibility. So yeah, something to think about.
They change a lot. I mean, mostly for the better, but it does change the dynamic of something. So.
And are you with your kids in your life, how would you say your life is now compared to before you had kids?
It's way better. If someone asked me to not have them, knowing the same outcome, I would still do the same thing in a heartbeat. I mean, I might change how I did with work because what mostly happened was I focused too much on work, and all of my free time I spent on my kids. I mean, I thought it'd be fine, but people are people. But my ex-wife's happier, and I have my kids, so I wouldn't change a thing. Just be careful.
I will, thank you. And your kids, I mean, I know they're dealing with a lot at the moment and you're helping them work through that, but are they happy?
Yeah, I think they're happy. They're going through a lot of stuff, the teenagers, so
I can relate.
I mean,
teenagers are very complicated.
I mean, they're gonna be happier that I don't know, trying to find a date. That's something that they were nagging at me to do. So, you know.
I mean, it's complicated, but it sounds like you're on the right track with your kids and helping them figure all of this out. You know, I have a steady supply. Why don't I make them some dolls just when you get to see them again? But maybe they'll like them. You know, they are demonic, and you said they're part tiefling, right? So maybe they'll like
they're half tiefling. Their grandfather's an incubus.
I know it's a little childish to be giving them dolls, but they might like it. And to know that you're thinking of them while you're not with them.
Yeah. Although I don't know how Raph is going to feel about the doll.
He'll like it. Everybody likes my dolls except for Pio, obviously. Okay. And I don't think Wrath is like Pio. Wrath seems like a nice kid.
He's a nice kid. He's just he can just be emotional at times.
That's he's a teenager. What do you expect? Yeah. We got a lot of emotions going on.
Okay.
Yeah.
I think that's a good place for us to stop.
Yeah.
Great,
Cool.
thank you. Cool.
Awesome.